How do I choose to retell the story this way? Well, we know how the religious culture of the first century treated women, not unlike how the evangelical church treats women today. Women had no agency, no legal rights, no humanity, especially divorced women who had no way to make a living with their dowry and virginity taken. That's why Jesus mocked religious people for their views on divorce in Matthew 19. That's right, Matthew 19 is a chapter on divorce, not homosexuality. We know that the law of Deuteronomy required 2 accusers to catch the adulterers in the act. Full-on coitus. So how do you think the religious leaders knew the exact time the woman would be having sexual interaction so that 2 people could find them in the act? The law also required both adulterers to be stoned, yet the group only brought forth the woman. Is there any reason that we shouldn't believe the man was in the crowd there, fully clothed, his sins covered by the other religious guys? Much as the evangelical church covers its abusers today? We know Jesus wrote something in the dirt. Whatever it was, it made those religious, self-righteous guys beat a path out of there. Is there any reason we shouldn't believe he was pointing out their sin with his writing in the dirt? I mean, we know most often the most sanctimonious condemning people are doing so for sins they themselves are committing. I mean, don't we always see the self-righteous like Madison Cawthorn, Lindsey Graham, Brian Houston, Ravi Zacharias, Jerry Falwell Jr. doing the very things they condemn others for? We also know Jesus had every right in that culture to condemn the woman, yet he turned to her and declared her completely forgiven and without condemnation. My evangelical friends tend to skip that part of the story. And he did that well before he ever said, "Go and sin no more," a term he never voiced from his lips ever again in the New Testament. And we know Jesus didn't go around calling people sinners because we see the interactions he had with those the religious guys like this commenter hated so passionately. Mostly, I think I probably got it right by how angry this story I told makes self-righteous condemning Christians today. And it is a story I'm telling, even though I know nuance of story is sometimes difficult for the indoctrinated. One thing I know for sure, this story is not about giving Christians to be condemners with that "go and sin no more" line. It is about Jesus standing up against anybody that wants to put people under religious bondage.